Kendra and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be a book review. Hey, it's Kendra and my hair is weird. Hey, it's Kendra and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book review since I haven't done one in a while and I've been reading a lot lately, so I thought it'd be fun to do one again. And today I'm going to be reviewing Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Cassandra, I don't know. So yeah, but before we get into this video, make sure you are subscribed to my channel down below for more videos like these and just to stay up to date with my channel. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Lady Midnight is the first book in the new series, The Dark Artifices, however you say that, I'm not quite sure. I just looked it up and it said artifice, but I don't know if like the plural is different. Artifices? I don't know how to pronounce this word. Artifices. Oh, come on, Google.
Artifice.
But, you know, I tried. But anyway, this series is just kind of another series based on the whole like Shadowhunters world, which if you read the Mortal Instruments series, and then there's also the Infernal Devices series, and then now there is the Dark Artifices. But the book is centered around Emma Carstairs, who, if you have read all of the series, is one of the old families in the Shadowhunter world, and her parents died in the war from the Mortal Instruments series. And so she lives with Julian Blackthorn, which is her parabatai, and they basically kind of are like developing feelings other than friendship, and which is forbidden in the Shadowhunter world, and they both are kind of like not acting upon those, and it's just kind of like typical teenager, like you don't realize, you know, it's happening or whatnot. The book follows Emma and she's trying to find the killer of her parents, and a bunch of murders start popping up and she thinks it's related to who murdered her parents. So her and the Blackthorns are trying to find who is behind the murders because their brother Mark was taken by the fairies in the last war because he's half fairy, and then so the fairies return him and say, okay, he can stay as long as you find who is murdering all these people, because a lot of fairies are being murdered as well. So they are very desperate to find the killer because they want to keep their brother, obviously, and Emma is very, she wants to find the killer as well, so then she can kind of avenge her parents. So this book is really good. I did enjoy it, and when I first found out that it was coming out, I was like, really? Like another one? Like there's been 2 series in the Shadowhunter world, like I felt that was enough. But I feel like Cassandra Clare really thought of some good new ideas to tie into this book, and it was interesting because it wasn't, you know, obviously it was similar to the other books, but it wasn't like the same. And I like how she started to tie in Jem and Tessa from the Infernal Devices, because that is definitely my favorite series in the whole, like, I guess now 3 series. The Infernal Devices is my favorite. I sobbed like a baby in the last book so much. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It's definitely my favorite and I really want to reread it. It was really interesting that she started to bring in the characters from the other series as well, and we kind of got to peek into Glary and like her friends and kind of how they're doing now, because it's 5 years later, so a lot has changed. And I did feel like the theme of like forbidden love was kind of repetitive, but I do understand that it's different because obviously like parabatais aren't supposed to fall in love. So that was an interesting take on the whole like cliche forbidden love, and I did enjoy it, but I feel like in times it wasn't executed that well, and at other times it really was, and I feel like it should have been developed more slowly rather than all of a sudden feelings were everywhere, but I feel like she did a pretty good job with it, and it didn't turn out too cliche or anything like that, so that was good, and that was a good aspect of it. There's like, you know, like revenge and like a shocking truth comes out basically, and I mean all of those are very cliche, but I was really excited to read it just because I knew that Tessa and Jem would be in this one and their kind of storyline would be kind of like lengthened and carried on now that they are older, and obviously it's in a different century. So I was super excited for that, and I was really excited to read about Emma's story because I love Jem, and technically he was her like great uncle or something. So that aspect was really sweet, and kind of like the family ties were really awesome and done really well. I do love how she kind of started to bring the history from like the Infernal Devices and characters in that book into this book. So that was kind of cool how those series are pretty interconnected, because I think it would have been easy for her to kind of like rely on the mortal instruments a lot, but I'm really glad she went back to the characters and families from the Infernal Devices for this series, because I think she realized a lot of people loved the Infernal Devices because it's a great series. I really loved that one. So it was really awesome to see those characters in this one. And Emma as a character she's very stubborn and strong, and it's really awesome to see like a powerful female lead. That was awesome because she really doesn't like rely on anyone, and she doesn't rely on people to save her, which I loved, because she definitely wasn't like a damsel in distress, which I think Cassandra Clare does a really great job of making strong female leads. All of them, you know, like Tessa, Clary, all of that, like Isabel, they're all very strong women. And so I was really glad to see that Emma is as well. So I'm really excited to kind of see how her storyline carries out and how she develops as a character, which is really awesome. And her relationship with Julian, just even their friendship, is just really like beautiful. How, you know, he kind of brought her into his family even though his parents died as well, and him and all of his brothers and sisters just really like took her in, which is awesome. And that's honestly, that's a really big theme in the whole like Shadowhunters, like every single series there's always someone who like loses their family and, you know, another family takes them in. So I really love that aspect of all of the series, because kind of like family is who you choose basically, and of course, you know, you have your blood family, and then you can also choose your family, which I love that aspect about the whole series, like every single series. I think she does that very well. So that was really awesome to see that. And all of the brothers and sisters are very individual, and I really like that as well, that we got to know them each. And Julian as a character is, at first you're like, okay, he's just, you know, a good guy, he's a nice guy, and it's really interesting to see him kind of unfold and like break down the layers and kind of learn more about him and kind of what he's been through. So his character development is really good throughout the book. It's really awesome like to read from his point of view as well, and I felt like she did a really great job with that. So he wasn't just the cliche like perfect hero. He definitely isn't a perfect hero, which is why, you know, you're able to like him even more, even if he was, or even if he isn't perfect. I feel like I like him more not perfect than I would if he was, you know, just the perfect knight in shining armor. So if you have read the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices, I really recommend reading this book. It was a really great read. It is pretty lengthy, which, I mean, a lot of her books are, but they're pretty easy to read. I just, you know, like, I read in the mornings and stuff and will bring a book to work. I know this came out a while ago, but I was going to bring it in my suitcase to Europe, but then my suitcase was overweight because I had like 7 books that I was bringing, so I had to give all my books to my parents and I had to just bring my Kindle. So I have been so excited to read this book, and I'm really glad that I finally got the chance to. I finished it a couple weeks ago now, so I'm just finally getting around to a book review, but it was a really great read. So it would have been great to read it sooner. I really recommend this book, even if you haven't read those series, and if you want to, those are all great series. There's like, I don't know, like 9 books in total, plus like the, I think there's like a couple of like spin-offs for some of the characters throughout the series. So it's a really great series. I really recommend it, especially if you like fantasy, if you like Harry Potter, anything like that. This is pretty similar, so I think you would really enjoy it. Definitely should pick up this one. I'm excited to see where the series goes. I think it could go either way, good or bad, so hopefully it, you know, continues going well. So yeah, I'm very excited to read the next book in this series. Alright, well that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this book review. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and leave in the comments down below what you are reading right now, what your favorite book is currently, because I would like to read some more. I need some new books in my life. But yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!